Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead. God save the King.
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March once again. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Friday, the 14th day of March in the year of our Lord 2025. So it's a wonderful day here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. But in the midst of it being a wonderful day, there is an emerging international dispute with the United States of America, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and the Caribbean. So we want peace in the Bahamas. We want a good relationship with the government of the United States of America. So we will perhaps pursue that issue again. And of course, we have been informed that there is the Foreign Affairs Minister, Fred Mitchell. It has been reported that he should be somewhere in Washington. That is what I have been told. Perhaps attending a high-level diplomatic meeting with a view to resolving this conflict. So we're going to look at it, and we're going to look at what happened in 2019 as we head into COVID, and how my party, the FNM, we brought in Cuban doctors. And then, of course, Mrs. Janet Boswick, whom my spiritual advisor has erroneously claimed that she has retired. Well, she has resurfaced. So it's going to be very interesting as we examine Janet Boswick and her refusal to retire. You can't blame Janet. She hasn't achieved her political objective. She still wants to be Governor General. So we should look at it. Okay, so hold on, everybody. It's a wonderful day. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save a powerful relationship between the government of the United States of America and the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King, King Charles III, and the entire royal family. Hold on, everybody.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I shall go straight to my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, who's ready to spread the gospel. Bradley, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
Are you ready to spread the gospel?
Yeah, I think I should be ready now. You ready, producer? Let's see. Thank you so much. All right, now, so today, here's what we're going to do today. In John chapter 19, pay attention. In John chapter 19, 20 to 31. The death of Jesus Christ. See if you could allow this to soak in. Then when she died, the Bible says, later, knowing that everything had now been finished, this is Jesus recognized this, so that the scripture would be fulfilled. Jesus said, I am thirsty. A jar of wine vinegar was there. So they soaked a sponge in it, put the sponge on a stalk of the hyssop plant, lifted up to Jesus' lips. And when he had received the drink, Jesus said, it is finished. With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. So on this particular day, he died. And the day that he died on was the preparation day. And that was the day before a Sabbath. And we need to find out which Sabbath it was. It says, now it was the preparation day, and the next day was to be a special Sabbath. because the Jewish leaders that want the bodies left on the cross during the Sabbath, they asked Pilate to have the legs broken and the bodies taken down. So the very next day was not a regular Sabbath. It was a special Sabbath. The scripture is very clear that the day on which Jesus Christ died, the preparation day, the following day, was going to be a special Sabbath. So it wasn't a regular weekly Sabbath. This Sabbath was the annual Passover Sabbath in which Jesus Christ was going to be, just before he was going to be buried, that Sabbath was going to now kick in. It was a special Sabbath. So on that week, when you see people talk about this Holy Week or whatever and this thing about the Sabbath and this Friday thing is a mistake. 2 Sabbaths fell that week. Jesus Christ was buried just before the first Sabbath and not the second one. The second one was the Friday evening to Saturday evening. The first one was the Wednesday evening to Thursday evening. So Jesus Christ was crucified on the middle of the week and he was buried, and then that special Sabbath, which is the Passover Sabbath, was about to begin. So now you see how we get the 3 days and 3 nights. So from sundown Wednesday evening to sundown Thursday evening is 1 day. From sundown Thursday evening to sundown Friday evening is 2 days. From sundown Friday evening to sundown Saturday evening is 3 days and 3 nights. Now you see what happened? And so what I'm going to do on Monday is I'm going to show you that when Mary Magdalene and those went to the tomb very early that Sunday morning, they did not meet Jesus there. He was already gone. So obviously between Saturday evening, when the Sabbath was over, and the first day of the week, early that Sunday morning, between that period, Jesus Christ arose from the dead. They didn't meet him there Sunday morning when they went. He was already gone. All right, so bear this in mind. In John 19, verse number 31, a special Sabbath was about to begin. Not the regular Sabbath. The Bible says a special one, which is that annual Passover Sabbath. Wednesday evening to Thursday evening is 1 complete day. Thursday evening to Friday evening is 2 complete days. And Friday evening to Saturday evening is 3 days and 3 nights. This is free. You don't have to pay for this. Matthew, is that John? John chapter 19, verses 28 to 31. I read from the NIV. Listen, call me. Your preachers have made a mistake. You need to call me so we can rectify that. My number is 814-6096, or you can call the nearest Church of Christ, 393-2486. We got the truth, man. You know why? Because it's right in the Bible. And Jesus says in John chapter 8, verse number 32, you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Jesus Christ was crucified on a Wednesday, not Friday. Because it was a Friday, and if it was a Friday and he was put in the grave just before Friday evening, Friday evening to Saturday evening is just 1 day. Friday evening to Saturday evening is just 1 complete day. When they went to the tomb Sunday morning, he was gone. So Jesus Christ could not have been crucified on a Friday. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. This is very difficult to accept and believe, but it is what it is. It is the truth. I mean, I can't tell you any better than that. So they made a mistake. They err in their calculation. Just Jesus, I proved to you that Jesus Christ himself says that he was going to be in the house today. He says 3 days and 3 nights. So that's a 72-hour period. 3 days and 3 nights. The word of God is forever and ever. Don't forget, tell your preacher to call me, because me and him need to have a talk. My number is 814-6096. Tell your preacher, call me. I am Rodney Munker, spiritual advisor. We need to have a talk. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Thank you, producer.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Back to you, Senator.
This is powerful.
Indeed.
So, folks, the controversy involving U.S. foreign policy, the Bahamas, and the Caribbean, that continues. And at the center of it is the issue which the Americans are alleging. And to date, there has been no clear defense against the allegation. The Americans are alleging that the Bahamas and CARICOM has been a part of a strategy, along with the Cuban government, to import Cuban workers into the Bahamas, into the Caribbean, and then at the end of the day, when the Cubans have completed their work, they do not receive their salaries personally. That's my understanding. And therefore, the salary is paid to Cuba, to the Cuban government. That is the allegation of the Americans. And I think we are being very emotional, and we are not dealing specifically about the allegation. There must be some documentary evidence, something in writing, perhaps in English and or both Spanish and English, showing the contractual arrangement between the Bahamas. I'm not concerned about the Caribbean. See, I'm not concerned about the Caribbean because the Caribbean people think that we are Yankee like the American them. Okay? So I'm not concerned about them. I'm talking selfishly about a relationship which exists between the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the United States of America. So this should be a very easy matter to resolve. We produce the contractual arrangement and we show it to the Americans. And to the extent that we may be incorrect, then we rectify it. Now, I understand the Negro mentality, which is that we are going to be stand-up Negroes. And I am the leading stand-up Negro. But the reality of the matter is, we are the closest island nation to the United States of America. In fact, our nearest island, I am told, is Bimini, which is 50 miles off the coast of Florida. So we're very, very close. And therefore, a part of the Americans' national security is to be concerned about what we in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the people of the Caribbean are doing. So all we have to do is to produce the document and see precisely what it is. You would recall that both the Free National Movement and the governing Progressive Liberal Party have failed to introduce what? What is the name of the policy which would have permitted us to go and get the information?
Freedom of Information Act.
Freedom of Information Act. Even though the FNM has left a judge in charge of freedom of information for almost 5 years, the judge in his role is constipated. And no matter what laxative he has been given, he cannot pass the test. Please forgive me. So this is what we are up against. His Lordship sits at the top of the freedom of information, and he can either move to the left or to the right, because genuinely the PLP and the FNM are not committed to freedom of information. So therein lies the problem. Now, the American has a card, a hand. How do I know? I see things. See, I see things. And even though these are the figments of my imagination, I am bold and brave enough to tell it to you. So I'll tell you what the Americans see. The Americans believe that we have been doing plenty corruption under all of the Negro administrations. So they have quietly collected the information. I know! They've collected it. And now, as they make small demands and we do not negotiate, you will see where they begin to make bigger demands. They are still concerned over human smuggling. They are still concerned about it. It's a major thrust of their foreign investment. They're still concerned about money laundering. They're still concerned about it. And they know that in the Bahamas and in the Caribbean, there has been lots of skullduggery. Now, if the Americans has the capacity to know what is happening in Russia, you think this island, which is 20 miles off the coast of Florida, they don't know? They know. They know what we're doing. See, y'all was small in the 80s when the Americans would move into the banks. They would find the most charming of the women and like her. And by the time they finished liking her, she gave all the banking reports. See, y'all ain't know nothing about that. So the Americans knows. They have spies everywhere. Every stratum of the society is spy. Even the fellow who's on the road, sweeping the road. I run into their spy. He was sweeping the road. He thought he was smarter than me. I looked at him and I said, I bet he's one of my people. So all I did was to insult his mother in Haitian Creole without turning to him. And he forgot. He was undercover. And I smiled. I said, I got you. But if you saw him, you would think that he was an ordinary man, a descendant of my people. So the point that I'm making is, let's negotiate. Let's continue a wonderful relationship with the United States of America. The reality of the matter, we depend on tourism. If the tourists then don't come, things come to a standstill. See, I'm annoyed. See, I'm cleaning up my taxi, getting ready to insure it, and getting back on the streets. So we need a good relationship. We need a good relationship. I really wanted to analyze Dr. Dwayne Sand's statement. I'm not going to analyze it. I'm intimidated. I'm a sick man. So I'm not going to, I don't want to analyze it. I really want to analyze it, but I'm not sure that my doctor can take criticism from his sick patient that he keeps alive. Do you know what it is to have a sick patient? You keep him alive, and the next thing you go turn on the TV, and he could rip your argument to pieces. So, I was so eager, but I'm not going to critique it, nor will I allow my spiritual advisor to do it, for I am intimidated as a sick man who's been depending on him. But if I was healthy, I'd be able to show you how he, by his statement, has confessed to what the Americans are alleging. But I shall leave it just like that, because I do not want to upset him. And this is powerful. So we have to settle this dispute, or you will see every day the Americans will drop a bomb sucky. Take it from me. They will do it. And this is not a major problem. If the Americans don't want us to play with the Cubans, we'll stop playing with the Cubans. If they don't want us to talk to the Cubans, let's stop talking to the Cubans. Now, it's a bad thing, because you may not recall that in May of 1980, when HMBS Flamingo was bombed, one of the problems that Pindling and Arahana had faced is that there was a particular zone. I can't remember the number because we're talking about 1980. And because of being intimidated by the Americans' anti-Cuban policy, they didn't establish a relationship, a positive relationship. So when Castro said that we had entered a Pacific zone, he then dropped the bomb on us. Because there was no good relationship. Pindling must have been in England, I believe, and Arthur Hanna was in charge. These are things that I'm trying to remember. and perhaps I'll have to research so I can give you the zone number. So it's always good in the Caribbean if you can have good relationship, but there's a superpower who has a military agenda, a national security agenda, who claims that Cuba is on their terrorism list. Now we could upset Trump as he move and indict us. You see, we could, as he move to indict us. We could, as he move to indict us, because they're hinting at it. You hear me? Don't mind I ain't that educated. I can see things. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced, or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
Supply. For top quality dog food, shop online at modernisticgarden.com or visit our Palmdale, Carmichael, and Mullet Marathon locations today.
This is powerful. My spiritual advisor.
Are your dogs hungry and tired of low quality food? Give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands. Woo! Woo! Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, and Sure at all low prices, at the lowest prices in town. On a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49, and for a limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. If you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernistic.garden. Sorry, forgive me, producer, I am so sorry. I messed up on that one. www.modernisticgarden.com, and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality. Your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry. Offer won't last.
This is powerful.
Thank you. Sorry about that, blunder.
I want to salute some wonderful Negro people who operate a restaurant on Hospital Lane in Bainstown. It's called ABC Restaurant. It's a nice little restaurant, and of course Mawa Butler, she operates the business, and Marcus and I, we stopped there yesterday. She had some wonderful grouper, and I just want Mawa to know that we enjoyed it, and we look forward to passing by. So if you are in Baintown, just opposite on Hospital Lane, opposite Rogers Corner, right there on the western side of Hospital Lane. It's a beautiful down home restaurant. It's powerful. So folks, these are some of the things we have been discussing because we want a good relationship between the Bahamas government and the United States, taking into consideration that we depend on America for our living. You might not remember that Pindling had promised us self-sufficiency in agriculture by 1980. And that's 45 years ago. We have not achieved that objective. And so we have to be very careful in our international relationship. And there's nothing wrong with negotiating, with talking with the United States, but if they make certain allegation, we have a duty to be reasonable, produce with evidence that we have that can support our position, and come to a reasonable decision, because we don't need any problem. And of course, it would be very embarrassing and humiliating for me if ministers of the government, honorable senators, and members of parliament are put on the stop list and cannot travel to the United States because they have not reached my level. See, at my level, I don't go to the United States. I stay right here in Nassau. But we would want our political leaders to be able to travel, represent the country, and we have to take into consideration there's a new world order. It's called for negotiation. There's new leadership in the United States of America. National security is a major concern. And of course, if they make requests and you are unreasonable, refuse to negotiate, become very hostile, there are many ways to skin a cat. There are many ways. And we are slowly seeing that the State Department is now talking about financial issues, financial crimes, all right? And we don't need that kind of distraction. We need to be able to negotiate with America and recognize the hand that you have. and you have to recognize where you are. And that's it. So my spiritual advisor, I don't know if you want to comment on that.
No, we could go on.
Then we'll
something
go
else.
to Janet Bosbeck. Is that an ad? Did you have to read over there?
No, I read you that.
So, my spiritual advisor has been a part of an F&M strategy
F&M's urge to unite.
where he continues to tell me that Janet Bosbeck is in retirement. And of course, I know better than him because I'm in contact with the party. So I know all the things that Janet do. I even know where Janet prayed. I know you may not believe me. I'm not going to say where she prayed because I do not want to bring political embarrassment to a Pacific Christian institution. But I even know when she prayed. Take it from me. And so Janet has returned. And
You know where she prayed or you know where she prays? Which one is that?
what did it sound like I said?
That you know when she prayed. So she may have prayed at some point last year, year before, but she still ain't praying.
Let me try it again.
You say you know where she prayed.
May I try it again?
P-R-E-Y-E-D, which is past tense.
May I
Go ahead.
try it again?
Go ahead.
Janet Bosbeck went on a high hill
Okay.
on the eastern part of the island. A very, very high hill. You heard me? And there she prayed. As she was praying, I received a call and I was told Janet was praying. So I said, are you serious? They said, yes. And I said, do not disturb her in the sanctuary. Where you are,
Very high hill.
pray. Don't, if you pick up,
Where's this?
if you pick up, you don't have to reveal
In
it.
the east?
Boy, you ain't saying. What's that saying? Okay? Okay? The people called me and said to me, Mrs. Boswick is at this very moment praying. I said, really? They said, yes. I said, where is she praying? They immediately told me where she was praying. I believe they even sent me a location map. I know you're not going to believe me, but I won't say it.
Oh boy.
All right? So I know things. And the point that I want to make is she has entered the campaign and F&M's must now watch her. If you are a supporter of Michael Pintard, Janet must be watched. This is the same game that they played when they moved to get rid of Tommy Turnquest. Janet surfaces first, in this case, as she rallied the woman down. And she did this as they celebrated International Women's Day. And I was rather disappointed to see some of the women that Janet was keeping company with, because these are women who have refused to lovingly submit to the man in their lives. But of course, this is politics, this is political season. And so Janet is moving. She says that the party needs to unite. And certainly, who does she want to unite the party behind? When the party has a leader who's committed to the same philosophy that Janet is now committed to, and that is rape in marriage. It's just disgusting, these old people talking these sinful talks. I yearn for a day when Janet will teach the young women how to be godly, how to serve Jesus, how to pray, how to take care of the man in their life. But
Read the article, because you may have missed something, okay?
my spiritual advisor,
Here's what she's doing. All right, here's what she's doing. I understand how she's now come to this conclusion about the politics in the country now. She's saying that apparently the PLP is losing ground. It's not doing as well as people think that they are.
Janet,
Yeah, but the FNM is
that's
not
good for the PLP.
But
Just hold on a second. That's good for the PLP. I could see Glennis Hannah Martin up and down behind Janet. They say they honoring Janet. But meanwhile, the indigenous Bahamian woman who fry the fritter, make the conch salad in the PLP, they honor them. Janet is the kind of woman who told the poor grassroots PLP woman, them who could fry fish, she typing. But Glennis Hannah Martin, they're all over the place saying Janet and Janet is F&M.
But here's
It's just amazing.
Yeah. So she's saying PLP has some issues, but it's not benefiting the Free National Movement because the Free National Movement have some splitter issues. And she mentions the faction that is loyal to the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis. All right? So
What
if
did she say?
you look at the argument, you
What
know,
did she say
she's
we
trying to
must-
unite the party,
What
right?
did she say we must do with Dr. Minnis? Don't forget now, she has Dr. Minnis in because he didn't make her Governor General. I mean, Janet should leave that alone. Look what Minnis do me. Minnis ain't give me no nomination. I don't hate him. All I do is guys him out every now and then. Right? Janet should be forgiving.
But she's more loyal than you are because she wants the party to be united.
If she was serious
That's what I'm saying?
about uniting
Yeah, she
the
wants the
party,
party to be
she would not be
united.
undermining Michael Pintard.
Yeah, but I don't think she's doing that.
Take it from me.
She's talking with the faction. The faction she mentions is Dr. Hubert
My
Minnis.
spiritual advisor, you don't know what's going on.
So
in that
apparently
today.
she's saying the division has come from that end and not Michael Pintard. So more than likely she supports Michael Pintard.
So she is saying it's Minnis.
Yeah, the faction that
My God.
is loyal to Minnis
Janet,
is dividing the party.
Janet should forgive Minnis for not making her Governor General. I understand what she's going through because I have been angry after Minnis betrayed me and took away my nomination. The difference between Janet and I was that Hubert Ingram warned me. Now, I don't know if he'd have told Janet that Minnis would not make her Governor General. But Janet should stop it and she should relax. How does it sound?
Anyhow, let's leave Miss Bostic alone.
How you mean? How we can leave Miss Boswick alone after all the PLP did for her? Huh?
She's an elderly woman now, Santa.
My spiritual advisor.
Stop beating up on her man.
After
you know?
all the PLP did for her, they kiss Janet Boswick more than they kiss Laura, Miss Laura.
Yeah.
All right? When Glennis saw Miss Janet Boswick, she break off a run. And I stood right there and I said, my God, you mean to tell me this is what Glennis is going to do? Glennis she was playing woman them. Now Janet has come to take power away from her. Oh boy. Now, you see who's calling me?
Okay, Bishop. I got your message.
Yeah. So this is what is going on, and Janet is ready, and I think it's wicked. I think Janet should relax, and she should become an elder stateswoman, and just keep out of the politics after all the PLP did for her. And listen to me, they kiss Janet up, they play with Janet and so forth. And I look right at them, I said, my God, look how the PLP treating Janet and them hard working people. See, this is the F&M, keep calling me. And what they calling me for? Because me to sin. Anyway.
Well, she's concerned
What is she concerned
Obviously, she feels as if that the party could unite and become a force to reckon with again in the 2026 election. So,
what do you think we should do with Dr. Minnis?
I don't know, but she wants the party to try and unite, which makes sense. If the party's united, they'll stand in a solid form. And who knows, they may be able to
How Janet
bring
could
it on.
call for unity when she is opposed to Dr. Minnis getting the nomination?
Is she opposed to it?
Yeah?
Well, I don't know if she's opposed to it. She's just trying to...
What did she say about Dr.
Faction.
Minnis at the meeting?
Well, she says it's a faction. Obviously, there's some folks that still support Dr. Minnis. And she wants those folks to must see, fall in line. There's only one leader.
Did she say that?
Did she didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking she may be trying to say.
No, don't do that.
There's only one leader.
Don't do that. Don't
You know
do
what I
that. Make reference to what she
Senator,
said.
man, why don't you read it, man?
Just make reference to what she said. Don't put things in Mrs. Boswell's mouth.
Dr. Minnis and Ingram had lunch this week, yeah?
That's what Janet said?
Oh, no, somebody just... I didn't know that. Did they? Well, that's interesting.
It's amazing how he shifts the topic.
If that is true, that is interesting.
I'm going to have you to know right now, Papa is a man who don't have a strong appetite. So I don't believe the story.
Man, listen,
okay?
Had lunch.
He's-
Wow.
Huh?
Okay. Anyhow, we can leave that. We can leave that one alone. See it up.
We can leave Janet alone?
Yeah.
Huh?
I happened to see Janet last weekend, so.
You saw her last weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's move on to something else. There we go. Yeah.
Free National Movement Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands said yesterday he support the Davis administration's response to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who recently announced visa sanction against foreign governments that are part of Cuba's overseas medical mission. Quoting Dr. Dwayne Sands, I think the position that our government has taken as articulated by the Prime Minister is a reasonable and correct one, Sands told one of the Negro newspaper. So it appears that there is unity in the country. The FNM and the PLP are united, but let us not forget it was the FNM who, to the best of my knowledge, brought in the doctors during COVID period. I hope I am correct. But I thought we should read that portion of Dr. Dwayne Sands' statement, and let me hope he's not angry over that.
Yeah, so the two former prime ministers, that's Hubert Alexander Ingram and Hubert Alexander Minnis, were both spotted seeing a high-level lunch meeting at Cafe Matisse. Okay, so it is confirmed.
Who confirmed that?
Now what is going on?
Who confirmed that?
Black Belt News.
Well, that is not Dr. Minnis's favorite restaurant. Let me tell you why I don't believe it.
Lord.
If they said,
Man, listen, they ain't no fried rice, man, okay? That's the thing of the past.
if they said
All right?
the Dr. Minnis was at the Chinese restaurant,
That's a serious thing, though. If Dr. Minnis and Hubert Ingram had lunch,
why is it serious?
Something ain't right.
Hubert Minnis has always been Papa's sidekick.
So what is he trying to tell him? He's trying to whip him in line?
Papa already say one
One and done.
and done, right?
Yes, I can't see Ingram trying to bring Minnis back.
You
no.
think that's what the strategy is?
I don't know.
I
don't know. That's kind of strange.
What you think Papa's doing?
I don't know.
He right there listening
know.
to you. Say it so he talk loud. So he
I
can
don't
hear.
know.
So why are you
I
speculating?
can't tell you what he's doing, but I find it rather strange that they're having lunch at this stage of the game. The heat is on, man. What could he possibly be telling Dr. Menace? Stand down? Let's try unite the party.
You should stop reading the F&M propaganda, you know.
Yeah, that was just assuming, but that is very interesting. If they had lunch,
what my spiritual
if they had lunch, that is because you know Papa
He's
is
right here
Papa is
reading
don't
the
forget now.
F&M
Hey,
text. Go ahead.
don't forget now. It was Shalin Pinland who, in the House Assembly, when he was giving his farewell speech, he said that Hubert Ingram was his illustrious protege. Ingram is a very masterful politician. So if him and Menace had lunch, yeah, something serious going on. And Papa was leading the way, looked like, from what I see, he was leading the way. Follow the leader. I like Papa though. I enjoyed his time as Prime Minister. He's a good Prime Minister. He's next to Lyndon, to be honest. It's next to Lyndon. So let's see what Papa, what you come up with, man? Whatever you come up with, I with you. All right? Yeah, man, with Papa. Whatever he comes up with, I with Papa. So let's see what happens. It is what it is. Very interesting, man. Very interesting times indeed.
He's reading F&M text.
Whatever Papa comes up with, I'm with Papa, my brother. Don't forget now. Papa said just give them a short while and the PLP will mess up. And he's right. Just give them some time and they'll mess up.
This is my spiritual advisor now.
That's what Papa said.
All he's doing.
Papa said, tell the boys in the Free National Movement, you're relaxed, man. You're relaxed. Just give them a little while and they can mess up. Don't worry. Just relax. And he's right.
And what Janet say?
Let's try to unite the party. Let's see what happens, man. You gotta try to bring this thing home, man. I've been on the other side now for the last 4 years.
You want power? It's amazing.
They gotta bring this thing home, man.
The kingdom of God.
I've been sitting down for 4 years, man. Y'all gotta bring this thing home, man.
The kingdom of God is yours.
Yeah.
And you are prepared to abandon the kingdom for this
God is good. God is
possession?
Good. No, sir.
Oh, boy.
Seek first the kingdom. The kingdom is first and foremost. And I haven't abandoned the kingdom. But, you know, I still gotta live.
Wow.
Why should you be the only one to enjoy a juicy contract, Santa?
My spiritual advisor.
You ever thought about that?
Why are you doing this to me?
Why should you?
Hubert Ingram gave you hundreds of thousands.
Yes, I had a good time. I had a good time. Yes, and this is the dry season now.
And I never mentioned
this is the dry season.
And
I understand that. No problem.
Why are you doing this to me?
No problem, man.
Huh?
No problem.
Shenandoah had $50 million. How much weight he gave you? Tell the country.
I had a contract for 5 years.
From who?
Cartwright.
Tell them.
Yeah. Listen, we moving on, man.
No.
Let's go to Dr. Dwayne Science. He's concerned about
no. Tell the
Cuban
country.
Medical Mission, right?
Tell the country.
No, sir. No,
Tell
sir.
the country. You see? It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Shenandoah
What is Dr.
Cartwright,
Dwayne Science saying, man?
Leave Dwayne Science's name alone. Shenandoah Cartwright, $50 million. All right? Anyway, let's go and look at what the Americans are saying. The Americans are concerned about corruption. We have a case that has been going on, must be for about 2 years. This case involving a politician, and the Americans are trying to figure out how long this case is going to last. Now, somebody has to say to the Americans that we have an independent judiciary, and if the defendant is a smart lawyer, he would know tricks, legal tricks, to prolong the case. And there's nothing that we could do. But the PLP should take note of it and make sure that there are amendments to prevent politicians from just dragging the case on. The Americans are concerned about that. They're concerned about those things. And so we have a duty to make sure that the next politician that is put on trial, he cannot some days have vacation, sick leave, holidays, go to the parliament to address the parliament, them kind of things. This is Freedom March. We need to ensure that there's a good relationship between the Bahamas and the United States of America. President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, they should sit down and negotiate. It's powerful. We'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back, everybody. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and I think it's about 5 p.m. It's birthday time, isn't it?
Yes, March the 14th, Yvonne Bevins is celebrating her 89th birthday. Happy birthday to Yvonne Bevins. Well, her birthday's going to be tomorrow, so this is a pre-birthday shout. They're coming from children, family, and friends, and they say they love you. Give God thanks. Wow. You'll be 89. So good old
March
age.
15th?
Yeah.
Beware the Ides of March.
Really?
Yeah, it's powerful.
So happy pre-birthday to Yvonne Bevins. Shuttle Duncombe. Happy birthday to my dear aunt. Duncombe, from her nephew Clint and the rest of the family with lots of love. So, Miss Duncombe, all the best to you. Lottie Williamson, shouting out happy birthday to the matriarch Lottie Williamson. We wishing her all the best. It's coming from her daughter Melanie, her 4 kids, 4 grandkids, 2 sisters, Blanche and Charlie. They love you. Happy birthday, Lottie Williamson. Coach Clark. Oh, this brother Ali. Okay, Arlington Clark. Happy 50. This Arlington Clark. Yeah, he's a member of the 40th Century Church.
Okay.
And he's a petty officer on the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Of course, you can see him there with the Governor General. That's Cynthia Pratt. Happy 55th birthday. Shout out goes to Force Chief Petty Officer Deacon Arlington Clark, also known as Coach Clark. We salute you. May God continue to bless you on your birthday. He's also deacon, husband, father, brother, and friend in the Church of Christ. They love you all. Happy birthday, brother Ali. Sandra Paul, happy birthday to the beautiful Sandra Paul. Pray God's blessing over your life, good health and prosperity, coming from Sharon Seymour. So happy birthday to Sandra Paul. Mansa Brass, we want to wish a happy birthday shout out to Mansa Brass, also known as the tent, the event from your loving wife, Deshawn, sons Mansa Jr. and Dr. Meshach Roberts, all the way in Chicago, and your one daughter, Mandia, in Atlanta. So sister-in-law Brenda, and Monet, and Onan Roberts, and the hosts of family and friends, Robertson Johnson families, Forbes families, they love you. All the best. Many more years to come. Happy birthday to Mansa Brass. Theo Burrows. Happy birthday, Squire Theo Burrows from Cindy and Ruth. Enjoy your day. Theo Burrows. Happy birthday goes to Nicole Farrington. Pinky loves you. Happy birthday, Nicole. Sorry, Farrington. Special shout out, Barbara Davis. Happy retirement to Barbara Davis from the Bahamas Customs Department and the Public Service Union. So happy birthday, shout out. Happy retirement, forgive me. I'm making so much mistakes today. Happy retirement to Barbara Davis from the Bahamas Customs Department and Public Service. All right, great. Okay, go ahead, Sandra. What do you have?
Well, I want to join my spiritual advisor in wishing each and every one of you a happy, happy birthday. I think it's powerful. Well, I have a complaint of a Negro man whose name I shall not reveal today. And he's 43 years old, and he is involved in the construction field. He says he's owed money from Top Notch Company. Do you know Top Notch Company? Well, Top Notch Company, I have a Negro man who has been complaining to me for weeks. And every time he complained, I said, let me pray over it. Let me pray over it. And I want Top Notch, particularly in view of the fact that the allegations are that you are working in a government construction site. You've got to pay the workers. If people work, please pay them. Please pay them. This is what the Americans are complaining about now. This is what they're alleging now. That Cuban professionals are working in the Caribbean and in the Bahamas, and instead of them being paid, their political master is being paid. Now, in the case of this Negro man, he's very upset and he is complaining. I have also a personal problem where I have a son. He's employed, or was employed, with the neighbor of the Minister of National Security. And then after they've worked my son, they've ducked him and wouldn't pay him. Now he nags me. He nags me every day. He nags me. So I want Wayne Monroe, neighbor, to pay my son after working him. Please pay my son, okay? So he can stop nagging me every evening how they wouldn't pay him and what I can do about it. So I thought I'd bring that up, but I'm concerned about this other young man who says he's been employed by Top Notch and they're ducking him. So I say, how they can duck you if the construction site is there? They're ducking him, so please pay him, okay? I'm trying to find the people at Top Notch so they can pay him so that he can ease the tension, because he calls me, and in my case, since I know him from, he was a baby, this man. All right, I know him from he was a baby. And so he just complains to me and say, they wouldn't pay me, Mr. Monker. What you think I should do? So I want Top Notch to pay him. Please pay him. And you could call me and I'll tell you quietly who he is, and you all can get together and pay him. Or tell me he didn't work. If you tell me he didn't work, I can say, they say you didn't work. But he's very, very upset, you know, and it's not good for him because he's kind of fat, you see? And he told me he worked very, very hard. And I don't want nobody who has government programs to employ people and don't pay them. Unless, of course, you say to them, listen, I can't pay you this week, I'll pay you next week. Because I keep saying, they ain't tell you they can pay you next week. I said, man, they now hiding from me. And the construction site is right there in that wonderful subdivision. So I want the 43-year-old man to feel good after weeks of complaining to me. All right? So that is powerful. Well, having said that, my spiritual advisor, what else are we going to discuss? It's a Friday evening.
Well, we could tackle two things.
Okay.
We could look at how women now want to have 6 months maternity leave.
Okay.
Or we could look at a more serious article where the United States government is accusing the Bahamas government of not having the political will to crack down on financial crimes.
Okay. Which one do you want to choose? Which one you want?
Let's look at the United States government and their statement.
Okay.
Because it is very serious that the U.S. government says the nation lacks political will to tackle corruption.
You are aware that the PLP did bring him in.
Who was him?
I want you to be wise. And when I speak to you, I want you to comprehend.
So let's look at the article for what it is.
No, we know what the article
It doesn't.
is.
I don't know if it seems to address anything.
The article talks about the political will to prosecute.
To tackle corruption.
Yes.
It didn't say prosecution.
You didn't read the article.
Okay, so let's read it.
No. You read it quietly.
Let's read it. Let's read it.
No. I want you to let's focus.
Let me see if I see prosecution here.
Focus. If I tell you prosecution is there, I
see.
read that must be about 7 a.m. this morning.
Let me see.
Do we have any local politician who's been accused of corruption and the PLP has yet to prosecute them? I'm talking to you.
Just give me a second.
Goodness me. So I must keep quiet while you read that. I just told you they're talking about the political will to prosecute. And then I give you a case showing you how long that case has taken. And then we have another case. The American knows about the local corruption, you know.
Money laundering and other financial related crimes.
Goodness
while
me.
acknowledging that
I think you better let's talk about the
regulars
rest.
have imposed
Feeding.
almost 220 million so-called administrative penalties on license.
But you see the word prosecution? P-R-O-S.
Now, the
You
State
see.
Department unveiling its annual International Narcotics Control Strategy Report for 2025 criticized the lack of prosecutions and convictions for money laundering and other financial related crimes.
Do you
So
know
who-
what is money laundering?
Yeah.
Do you know what is money laundering?
Yeah, when you wash the money, you try to, the money may have limited date on it.
No.
And-
Imagine
and you clean it up.
are an F&M member of parliament.
Laundering. It's like laundry.
I want you to listen to me.
Trying to clean up dirty money.
I want you to listen to me.
That's what money laundering is.
I want you to listen to me. Banker.
What is money laundering?
My money laundering is, imagine I'm an F&M member of parliament and I have $50 million to manage. And then I'm not able to give account. And then you don't want to discuss it some more, right? Do you still want to discuss it? Compromise
Man,
it.
you got me sucking my teeth,
Yeah.
man.
Let's talk
Give me
about
a
the
second.
breast.
Give me a second.
Let's talk about the woman and the breast.
Hold on. Let's see.
leave this
Hold on,
alone.
give me a second. Just give me a
Let's
second.
talk about breasts.
Google, what is money laundering?
How old is Google?
Here's the definition of money laundering: the concealment of the origins of illegally obtained money, typically by means of transfers involving foreign banks or legitimate businesses.
Okay. You saying something else?
What did I say?
You going to $50 million in beaches and parks. What you going to that for?
Wow.
Anyhow, producer.
Wow.
Give me a second.
Wow.
Give me a second.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I want
You are a banker. Did
And
you
I've been on
right?
plenty money laundering courses, all right?
Really?
Plenty, even in the United States. I've been on a money laundering course
What
in
you
the
wanna
United
ask
States
me?
and all.
What you wanna
Go
ask
ahead,
me,
producer. What you
sir?
say now? Oh, okay. Sure, no problem. Do something else.
No, your
I
problem
know.
is you have not
I
read
understand.
the article.
I understand.
No, my spiritual
problem.
advisor. Just hold on for a second.
I know you
Just hold on for a
compromise.
second.
I know you
Just hold on
compromise.
for a second. Just hold on for a second. Are you going to listen to me for a second? See, his problem is he didn't read the article,
Oh, okay.
but I have read it. You should quietly read the article before you discuss
What is
it.
money laundering, Sandra?
You heard what you just said?
What is money laundering?
Anyway,
All right, let's do this birthday
I
quickly.
got to talk to him in Haitian Creole. Because obviously he pick up.
The producer wants you to do this.
No, no,
birthday.
you hold on for a second. We got plenty hours. Avant ou parler, li bagay. Parce que ou pas connaît là-dedans. Ou pas connaît. Parce que ou pas li. Journal Matin.
What is money laundering, Sandra?
You better learn to watch me. Because I'm helping you.
Boy.
Right?
It's amazing,
I think
eh?
I'm going to talk to the
The
Haitian
United
woman.
States government has criticized this
I'm going to
government,
talk to the
Sandra.
Haitian woman that
The
you
United States
admire.
government has criticized this government.
My spiritual advisor,
That's a
read
serious thing.
the article first. Then when you would have read the article, we could discuss it. But I'm going to talk to the Haitian lady
Do you know why those embassies are in the
that
Bahamas?
you love.
Do you know why the United States
May I
embassies
talk
here?
to her? Chérie, moi, il parle journal matin. Il pas connaît. Traka. M'a gen traka. C'est li, sa. Konya. C'est traka.
Anyhow,
C'est traka.
man, Producer, boy, I tell you.
Say tracker. Say tracker. Tracker.
Let's do this birthday, this beautiful lady.
Happy
Happy birthday is going out to what's her name? Which Sawyer is that? Lena Sawyer? Alina? Let me see. Okay. Happy birthday goes out to Elena Sawyer from your two daughters, Season and Lestane, son-in-law, grandchildren, sisters, brothers, nephews, niece, and the rest of the family. They want you to enjoy your birthday. So happy birthday to
Lena.
Oh, Ina Sawyer. Now you see it just going there. I didn't see it. All right, so let's do this again. Happy birthday goes out to Ina Sawyer of Harbour Island. It's coming from your two daughters, Season and Lestane, your son-in-law, your grandchildren, sisters, brothers, nephews, niece, nephew, all the rest of the family. They want you to enjoy your birthday. So happy birthday to you. All right, now Lady T, I'm so sorry you're sending this thing in, and it's a bit too late. In loving memory, good afternoon, Mr. Earl and Mr. Monica, wishing you a happy time. Yeah, we did this yesterday. Okay?
We'll say it again.
We remember and honor the life of our beloved brother, Kendall Larmore. He was the heart of our family. He was kind, loving, always ready with a warm smile and confident word. His love knew no bounds, and his generosity touched everyone who had the privilege of knowing him. He was more than a brother. He was a friend, a guide, and a source of strength. His laughter, his kindness, and his unwavering love for all his family and friends will forever remain in our hearts. Though his physical presence is no longer with us, his spirit and the memories we share, we miss him deeply, but find comfort in knowing that his love surrounds us always. May his soul rest in eternal peace, and may we carry his light with us every day. Forever love, forever miss, and forever in our hearts. Your sister, especially Stephonia, Tamika, and Dion. All right, so
This is
that's
powerful.
I
Okay.
guess they're in loving memory of Kendall Larmore.
This is
All
good.
right.
So while I am talking, just read that note for a few seconds. Don't read it loud. Okay? You saw it?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
All right, so what is the article on the 6 months maternity leave that women are now seeking?
Well, you're free to read
That's
that.
half a year, man.
How long
A
it takes?
job will, these jobs will only will not hire females if they can need 6 months off to have a baby.
Why are you so anti-woman?
No, I'm not anti-woman. I'm not anti-woman. You need to think about that now, Sandra. You can imagine you, this woman working, she's being paid, and after having a baby, she wants 6 months?
Before we go to 6 months, how long it take to construct the baby?
About 9, they say.
How much?
9.
Well, certainly if it takes 9 months for construction, you don't think we should give the woman 12 months?
Mothers want 6 to 12 months off?
I suppose.
What?
I believe
Wow.
that the women should be given 12 months. Anybody who opposed to it, they are anti-woman. One of the greatest contributions to the world is women giving birth. And we need women to celebrate the birth. We need them to rest. We need them to take care of the babies. We have seen 2 tragic incidents, one on the 25th of January involving a baby in the Cowpen Road area that was murdered. And then we saw this week on Paradise Island in that prestigious subdivision. They give birth, they placed the baby in the plastic bag, suffocated the baby, and then throw the baby away. You heard me? And of course, we may think that the mother is vicious, but many professionals will tell you that many women go crazy when they're having babies, or perhaps after they're having babies, and sometimes depending on their age. So mental health arises, and we need to protect the women. And I support 12 months. I call on Bahamian women to agitate for 12 months. Anyone who opposes it, they're anti-woman.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the argument being advanced here. It's saying that this particular lady, after having a baby, apparently 3 months later, when she was due to go back to work, she faced a dilemma. Many of the nurseries she contacted would not take an infant until they were at least 6 months old. And that was kind of difficult for her, so yeah, well...
What happened to her mother?
I don't know.
What happened to her aunt?
Luckily, Davis was able to find relatives who stepped in and offered child care so she could return to work. So getting back into the swing of things at work would not be so easy, however. All right, so some nurses don't want to take...
Shall we go for 12 months?
12 months. So then what would happen would be the job would pay a certain percentage and NIB would pay a certain percentage? That's how it works?
Yeah, perhaps that is the way it should work. Yeah. Come now.
Be off from work for 12 months.
We're celebrating...
We signed up. By the time it's 12 months up, but she may not have a job.
My spiritual
You understand
advisor,
that, right?
We would put legislation
She don't have
in
a
place.
job, man, because some people say, man, we can't be losing business,
we would
man.
put legislation in place to protect
the
woman. Damn.
They can't. No, man, that's difficult.
You're
12
anti-woman.
months?
Yeah, man. If it take 9 months to construct
I don't know if the job
baby.
will be able to do that, man.
Come on,
That's
man.
kind of difficult.
Listen to me. I want every woman of childbearing age to know that they have my support.
So when you're on maternity leave, now I understand that the government has a check that they give every female that has a baby, right?
Okay.
Now I believe it's
Every female who
560 or
has a
580.
baby, or every female who's contributing to national insurance.
I think it's across the board.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. Once you have the baby, it don't matter. You know,
I didn't know that. I have to ask.
Every woman who has a child is get a check.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks. Well,
yeah.
I got quite a number of women in Black
And I
Village
think it's
who has never worked, but they have a young baby. I'm going to have to send them to see my dad's first cousin husband, who's in charge of the national insurance, Philip McKenzie. Are you sure?
Let me know if I'm correct now, people. Let me know if I'm correct, but it seems as if every woman who have a baby could go to the NIB and get a check for $560 or $580.
When are we going to protect the rights of the women
but Sandra,
to be able to peacefully bear children? When are we going to do that? Huh? Stop being anti-woman. Okay? Okay, let's see.
Now, here's some breaking news. I don't understand. What is going on? Now,
go ahead, Doc.
We understand that there could be an alleged suicide in Star Estates off Prince Charles Drive.
Another one?
Where a man was found. Man, what is going on, man?
What you mean, what is going on?
What's with all these suicides?
We have mental health issue which you refuse to acknowledge.
Oh, boy. Ms. Medusa, could you put up that poster from the Royal Bahamas Police Force, please?
You would promise that you would provide the country with a list of numbers of members of the First Century Church.
We need help, man.
This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. We'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. Plenty suicide, plenty murders, mental health problems. That's what it is. Mental health issues. Hold on, everybody, and we'll be right back.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. boss for dancer.
International events and production. Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
The Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau. Where is Saturday the 29th of March?
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Adi the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no Magdalena shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flare or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel I go did it.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor. We shall pay an ad. Bradley?
Are your dogs hungry and tired of low-quality food? Give them the best in modernistic. We carry all the top brands: Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, Anukchuk, all at the lowest prices in town. If you're on the budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49. And for limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. If you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality, your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry, offer won't last. All right.
Thank you, my spiritual advisor, and hold on for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
My spiritual advisor has been preoccupied as to what is the meaning of money laundering.
I know what
For
it is.
specific reasons, I have tried to stay away from it, but I think just before we open the line, I'll point out to him areas by which you can launder money. Take, for instance, in the Bahamas, we have an unregulated real estate association. It's unregulated. Don't mind what they tell you. It's unregulated. So that's a very wonderful means by which Americans can come, bring cash, buy land. And when they're ready, they can sell the land and recoup the money. Sometimes they can come and open money banks or open a bank, and they can take the money from the bank and buy real property. So that is a means by which you can have money laundering. Sometimes you can steal the money and buy big buildings with it. That too is another mean by which you can launder money. And so we live in a world where the financial system is such and is so organized that the Americans are able to monitor these things. And there are many times when we think that we are pulling a masterful trick, they are aware because they control the whole apparatus. There is a case involving a woman who has had some extra cash deposited to her American account. And then one day she got a shock of her life when the Americans sent for her to say, "You have new income. What is the source of that income?" It doesn't necessarily mean that she was doing something illegally, but they detected it. So that's another form of money laundering. And as we get into, don't forget what's going on. First, the Trump administration, it is alleged that before they came to office, they wanted to send immigrants to the Bahamas. And when that didn't work, then there was one piece thingum going on. So we have to be smart, we have to be law-abiding, we have to know how to negotiate, and we have to recognize what mama say. What mama say? When your hands is in the lion mouth, take your time and ease it out gently. You may answer the phone, my spiritual advisor.
The phone ringing in. For you, something else. Before we open the lines, producer, let's do this quickly. I'm just so shocked at what I'm getting.
Goodness of mercy, what else are you doing?
No, I just wanted to leave this line open here for those who are experiencing problems with mental health. Your mental health matters.
When are you going to give them? You gave us a list of first-century doctors.
I will do that as well.
And
Not doctors. We're talking about counselors, man, who you can go and speak with from the Church of Christ. There's one general number for that number. 393-2486. That is the Church of Christ building in Harvey Park. 393-2486. If you need some spiritual guidance, please call the Church of Christ in Harvey Park. 393-2486.
Mental health.
Call the Church of Christ in Harvey Park. 393-2486. We have some doctors that can deal with that as well. So your health matters, okay? Your mental health matters. There's a crisis hotline. The crisis center is 328-0922. That's 328-0922, Adolescent Healthcare Center, 328-3248, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, 364-9600, and of course, there's the police emergency 919 or 911. Your mental health matters, and please don't forget, you are not alone. If you need someone to talk to, suicide prevention is everybody's business, okay? Producer, could you flip that picture for me, please? You are not alone. Talk to somebody. Suicide prevention is everybody's business. The Crisis Center, Shirley Street, 328-0922, police emergency 919 or 911. And I do find these police officers who do make these calls, they are very, very good at what they do. And the Adolescent Center, School Lane, 328-3248. All right. I'm so sorry
Where
to
on
hear.
Shirley Street is the crisis center?
I don't know. That's a good question. But it is on Shirley Street somewhere.
I want you next week, all these places that you call, I want you to test the number. I want you to find them, eh? I have a woman who's complaining to me that she been up and down looking for the crisis center.
Just call the number. They'll tell you where it is.
Have you tested the number?
I'll call it after the show.
No, I want you to call it during the show.
Yeah, we'll do that. Sorry, the lines are open. 32 Street, forgive me. 32 Street, 7775 is the number to call. 698-0775 and 698-0776. Please call us. The lines are open. Feel free to call us. And don't forget
the First Century Church number.
And of course, if you're having mental health issues, I'm sorry, we took too long to take a call. Forgive us, okay? I'm distracted by Rodney here. The lines are open.
Advisor, this is my show. What you mean you're distracted by me? Come, Negro, be more respectful. Just be respectful. Please, be respectful.
No, I'm
you're
not
my
being...
spiritual advisor. You're acting as if you're the devil. You're my spiritual advisor.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know where the crisis center is on Shirley Street?
No.
Right, so I don't despise you for that. I don't know, but there's a number you can call. It makes it seem as if you're giving all these numbers, you don't even know where the place is.
I say you must test these things.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Producer, let's test the crisis number.
You don't have to test it now. I don't want girl to break up run there. But I'm saying you must test it. Wow.
Yeah, I figured that's what you're doing.
You're giving out numbers. You must test them. A lawyer, let me give you a story. A lawyer on Shirley Street hired me to sit down in his office for 2 hours to call different government office so that he could swear an affidavit that it don't work.
The lines open, 32
Oh,
streets.
boy.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, this is something else.
Yeah, I can someone take my phone from you.
I can't take it. I'm going to go back to the doctor. I think I may need to get some new pressure pills because this show,
my spiritual advisor,
this running my pressure.
I put hands on you?
You see how warm my head is?
Let me feel it.
You causing my pressure to go up now.
Relax and stop allowing your pressure to be up.
Producer, is anybody on the line?
Oh, my spiritual advisor.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Kind of things with him.
Good day, brother Mountain, brother President Ivan.
Yes, sir.
This is the County Joe.
Again? Y'all white people ain't got nothing to do with it.
Man, Rodney, listen, hold on, Rodney.
Yes.
Rodney, come to talk sense now.
Talk sense.
Listen, you know why all of these people committing suicide, they don't know God. They need to sit down and pray. Man, listen, Rodney, man, job, anything can help you other than God.
Okay.
That's what it's wait for the County Joe. The good Lord in heaven. Nothing else. Don't let nobody fool you. That's what they need. It's Jesus Christ.
Are you
That's
really?
it. You all have a good day.
Hold on. Are you really a Conky Joe? Because you don't sound like one.
I'm a County Joe man. I mean, I'm a Ragged Island and Long Island County Joe.
Okay.
Okay, you're a Conky Joe.
All right. Thank you so much, Ragged Islander. 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. We apologize, callers. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
I have a spiritual question for you to clarify for me that I don't understand.
Okay.
Did you say the Old Testament is done away with and the New Testament is what matter?
Yes, sir. Hebrews chapter 8.
Okay. So, Exodus is in the Old Testament, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, Exodus chapter 20.
The Ten Commandments.
Yes, sir.
It's been nailed to the
The
cross.
Ten Commandments isn't relevant.
It's been nailed to the cross. We're in the new law now.
But it's not relevant?
Look at the New Testament, see what the new laws are.
It is not relevant or irrelevant?
Look at the New Testament and see what the new laws are.
So you're refuting the Ten Commandments?
The Ten Commandments was not given to you.
But God gave it
To the Israelites.
To the people.
To the Israelites. Ah. Now, what commands did Jesus give us? Jesus gave us some commands, you know.
You tell me. Because I can tell you what.
All right, do me a favor.
The Lord
Answer that question quickly. Tell him what Jesus
gave
gave
us.
us. Hold on, brother,
All right.
so he can
let me give
Jesus
you.
give us.
All right, let me give you this one. Jesus says, "You have once heard it said of old, hate your enemy." Oh, sorry. You have once. Let me use this one. You have once heard it said of old, do not commit adultery. But I say unto you that anyone who looks at a woman to lust after her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. You understand the difference?
Right. And in the Ten Commandments, they say, "Thou shalt not commit adultery."
Now, in the Old Testament, you had to be caught. You had to be caught in the physical act. In order to be charged with adultery, you got to be caught in the act with the woman together.
Charged by whom?
By the law. But now,
charged by whom?
Give me a second.
Charged by whom? Just answer the question. Charged by whom?
The elders had a law that if they caught you in the act with a woman, they will stone you to death.
But
now
they didn't, and you committed the act, is that not a sin?
It's still a sin. It doesn't change. But the punishment is there. But now in the New Testament, all you have to do is just look at the woman, and once you start to undress her, you sin. So it's from a physical law to a spiritual law.
So the Ten Commandments, is that God's law?
Yeah, it is God's law, but it has been abolished.
So
we're in a new law now.
Abolished if God's way never change.
Okay. Do me a favor. You got to call me 814 because this will take all night.
Okay, I will get
No. Call me 814. There is a new law. You have a New Testament, brother. You can't deny that.
The way of God never change.
All right. So where in the New Testament it says that you could stone me to death if I commit adultery? You could stone me to death if you catch me in the act of adultery. Can you stone me to death?
That's what in the New Testament?
No, I'm asking you, if you catch me in the act of adultery, can you stone me?
Well, they should hang you.
Yeah, all right. Call me, 814-6096. We'll talk later.
All right.
Yeah. People don't understand the difference between the Old and New Testament.
Next call, my spiritual
you don't understand it either.
Take the next call.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome to Freedom March. People don't
Number
understand.
one?
Yes, you're live, caller.
Okay. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, one God, amen?
Amen.
A pleasant good evening to the Bridgewaters.
Yes.
Good afternoon to my leader, Senator Manka.
God save the king, my brother.
And spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I love you both.
Thank you.
My leader.
Yes.
One thing I want to say to you, I understand that you have received some funds to help you with your leg.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Did you check on Dr. Daniel Johnson? I don't want you to lose your leg. I want your leg to come back to normal.
I'm going to speak with him. I haven't had an opportunity, but I will speak to him as you have commanded me.
Don't be too quick to amputate.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
Dr. Johnson,
definitely
I
not.
think he has a good idea how you can fix your leg.
Okay. I'll talk with him.
But Senator.
Yes, sir.
Spiritual advisor, I want to send a happy birthday and sympathy
Yes.
to a couple of people. Can I?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you so kindly. To Sarah Martin and my widow sister-in-law, the wife of Elton Williamson,
Yes.
dead and gone, my dear brother.
Yes.
I want to say a happy birthday to both of them, the mother of my children, Sarah Martin,
Yes.
and my widow sister-in-law, Logie Williamson.
This is powerful.
Happy birthday. And to Queenie Gibson on sympathy on the loss of her brother who passed away this morning.
Who's her brother?
Honestly, I don't know the name, but she just passed by me and she was frustrated, so I could get to talk to her.
I know
so much.
Queenie Gibson. If you see Queenie Gibson, tell her I extend my sympathies, and she must call me tonight. I didn't know her brother died.
Yes, he just passed away this morning.
Okay.
And she was very uptight, so she couldn't explain too much.
Okay.
But he had passed away suddenly this morning.
Okay.
And the same time, I want to give sympathy on behalf of my daughter, who Queenie and her is in the same taxi business.
Okay.
Latira Williamson.
Yes.
She wants to say sympathy to her also.
Okay.
And that goes from myself and my entire family to those persons.
Okay, Brother Williamson.
And I thank you guys so kindly. You're so nice.
Thank you. You are very kind. God bless you.
Put down the boxes gloves now.
I shall. Tell it to my spiritual advisor, because he's led the devil.
You know, one of the things that I find to be very interesting about people who don't do proper Bible study, and there are some people who advance a very good argument.
Thank you, Brother Williamson.
Yeah, if you accept that the Ten Commandments is still alive today, why y'all don't keep the Sabbath? Because the Sabbath is in the Ten Commandments, but you don't keep the Sabbath.
Take the next call, please.
Think about that.
Okay, I shall. Next call, please.
You think about that.
I shall, my spiritual
If the
advisor.
Ten Commandments are still alive, why you don't keep the Sabbath?
Why are you attacking the 7 days Adventists?
No, I asking you. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good evening, how you doing, sir?
Doing well. Thank you so much.
Good. Mr. Monka?
Sir.
How you all doing?
We are
Doing
fine.
well.
Okay, Mr. Spiritual Advisor, I think it's time for you to go get your own show, be your own boss. Because Mr. Rodney Monka just blatantly said to you, this is my show. I'm the boss. Don't disrespect me. Mister, get some balls and go get your own show. Have a nice day, y'all.
Thank you so much, Carl. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Please leave my spiritual advisor
6.
alone. He provides me with spiritual guidance.
Think about that, public. I want you to think about that. If the Ten Commandments are still alive today, why don't you people keep the Sabbath? Because apparently that is one command that y'all refuse to partake in. And guess what? The Seventh-day Administration is advancing a very powerful argument to y'all. Y'all say the Ten Commandments are alive, but y'all don't keep the Sabbath. Why?
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
I'm calling to tell you where the crisis sign is.
Oh, go ahead.
You know where the old education building was?
You mean the old Ministry of Education?
Yes, right there.
You mean in Mr. Collins' house?
Yes, right there.
So
that's where it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, nobody can find them. They're behind Mr. Collins' house.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
How long they been there? I never knew they were there. That's the big gate.
Ain't not so long going there, you know.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. I used to laugh at these Negroes. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yeah.
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead. Do us a favor, please. Turn your radio down, please. Is that your radio or TV?
Okay.
Turn it down. Please. Okay, producer.
Hello.
You have to turn your radio down.
Speak.
Yes. I'm calling to speak to Rodney Monka.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yes, Rodney.
Yes.
I appreciate the way you handling spiritual advice, you know.
Okay.
You're talking spiritual advice like he's some kind of little boy.
You think so?
And that's not good.
Yeah.
That's very unprofessional.
Okay.
You got to do better. Spiritual advice is a big grown man.
59.
And you need to talk to him with respect.
Okay, I promise to change, all right?
Thank you.
God bless you,
But
my
he don't
sister.
change.
Have a nice day and change.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
shall, my
You'll
sister.
keep my Toby.
Stop cursing me out, eh? Oh, boy. Y'all could use these dirty African words. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
I still want to talk to spiritual advisor.
Yeah, go ahead. 6980775. Go ahead, sir.
Hello,
Yes, sir. You're live. Go ahead.
Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying that the synoptics and the Pentateuch are obsolete and done away with?
No, the gospel is still alive today. But the old law, the Mosaic law, Jesus Christ abolished that at the cross. We're in a new law now.
Do you believe in the synoptics?
The gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, yes.
Do you believe in the synoptics?
Do you believe in the synoptics?
I already told him yes. He keep asking the same question over and over again.
He said,
what's your point, caller?
He does believe in it.
What's your point, caller? Yeah. All right. So what you have to do, you have
Do
to.
you understand? Do you understand and do you realize that Matthew, Mark, and Luke and John are Old Testament scriptures?
Those Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John that gives
Old Testament scriptures.
give me a second. That gives the account of Jesus Christ, his life, and his teachings. Those writings, when Jesus Christ spoke, when those teachings were given, a lot of those teachings were under the old covenant, but a lot of those teachings came forward into the new as well. You recognize that, right? You have to turn your radio down, caller. All right. Producer, yeah, But I understand your point. You have a very powerful point, but a lot of those teachings are, in fact, a part of the new covenant, all right? That's why, listen, caller, I understand your point, but remember now, when Jesus Christ spoke, he says, you have once heard it said of old, thou shalt not do this. But I say unto you, there we see slowly these new laws now being spoken about by Jesus Christ. You have once heard it said of old, but I say unto you. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, Specializer.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, good Senator.
God save the king.
Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Yes.
Specializer.
Hey.
Big up take up Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. You can take it out of the Bible.
No, you can't take it up because it's very powerful. Jesus says, think not that I have come to destroy the law. Of the prophets.
you know where that is.
I did not come to destroy them, but to fulfill them, Dick. That's exactly what he did. But look here. No, hold on. He didn't stop there. He says, but verily I say unto you, not one jot, not one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all is fulfilled. Now, did Jesus Christ fulfill the law?
Well, you know that out your head. So what are you talking about?
So did Jesus Christ fulfill the law?
All the laws.
Right. He says, so not one jot, not one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until. You understand that word until? Up to this point. Until it was fulfilled. So once he fulfilled the law, it passed.
That's right.
It's very simple.
Let me tell you something. Don't mind them people. I know I'm going to give this place for the 7 days. Now, all these people are well-educated people. How come you all can't count days? How you count half a day?
No.
Go in Genesis.
The evening is the first.
Okay.
Yeah. Evening.
How come you be checking you know these things?
Yes, it's right there. Evening is one complete day.
Okay.
Right.
So come there and how you get. You can start the day from Saturday, Friday there. That's a hidden secret right there. You count them days.
So from Friday evening to Saturday evening is just one complete day. That's just one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
We celebrate on Wednesday, but we don't get more with them things. We don't get more with them than 30 days.
Yeah. Okay, Carla, no problem.
Okay,
Wednesday is the day, you know that. All right, take it, Carla. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. How much time do you have, producer?
Hello?
You're live, Carla. Go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that you and Monica made a great team. Don't mind if you do with me sometime. This is going to be great.
Yeah, man. Rodney is a very, very good friend of mine, so I'll never go against him. Don't mind us having our...
Don't mind us
having our differences.
Yeah, you all make a bit there.
It is what it is.
But I have to say one thing. You said that the law will change. Don't get the man law, the land, and the biblical law confused. The gentleman has not changed.
Call me.
The murder for the sin.
Call me.
Thank you. I want to wish Stanley Mitchell a happy birthday. Folks, be safe. It's a weekend. Please be safe. If it's God's will, my spiritual advisor and we shall return. Do well, everybody. God save the King. It's powerful.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March